Welcome everyone. Well, today is 22nd June, but yesterday we all know it was the International Yoga Day or International Yoga Day. What does the word yoga really mean? Well, like most people, you may think that yoga is a set of weird body bends that your mum seems to enjoy doing so much. You are so wrong. Here's the real lowdown on the Y word. Literally, yoga means to yoke together. The yoking together a couple of oxen or horses to a cart or a carriage. But in the ancient Indian text, it is used to mean the yoking together, the bringing together of the mind and the body. Unlike modern medicine, ancient Indian texts on medicine have always believed that disease, any disease, is a result not just of trouble and imbalances within the body, but also of trouble and imbalances within the mind, like anxiety, grief, anger, and the spirit, which makes one go into depression, hopelessness, frustration, and that the three influence one another greatly. Yoga, therefore, is not just a physical practice. Just don't consider it as just simply weird body bends, but also a mental and spiritual practice which yokes together body, mind, and spirit and helps achieve the perfect balance between the three. This balance is supposed to be the basis of a good, happy life. The man who compiled all the information about different kinds of yoga and put it all down in a concise, categorized manner was a mystery man called Patanjali. The most popular and accepted view is that the Patanjali we are interested in, the one who compiled the Yoga Sutras, lived and worked around 1600 years ago in 400 CE. And I think that was the region where in Uttar Pradesh. Our Patanjali's work forms the foundation of what we know as Ashtanga Yoga or Raja Yoga, which today has a huge following not only in India but across the world. Ashtanga literally translate to 8 limbs. Ashtang, that's the number word called 8, art. And the practice and mastery of all these 8 limbs of yoga are believed to lead to a perfect balance that we talked about earlier. So what are these 8 limbs then? The first one is Yama. This limb tells us how we should behave with the world and asks us to be non-violent in thought, word and deed. That means non-violence, ahimsa. Truthful in thought and word. Do not covet something someone else has, means should not have so much of greed, for other people's possessions. Or even desire and love too deeply what we ourselves have. To control our desires and to not be greedy or hoard things for the future. This is what the tendency of normally of many people. Okay, moving on to the second one, which is called Niyama or Niyama. This limb tells us what disciplines we should practice, not for the world, but for our own selves. It exhorts us to be clean in body, like shower regularly, brush your teeth, comb your hair, change your underwear, and mind. Of course, other duties also. To be satisfied with what we have and to take joy in what we do. In Hindi we called it संतोष. संतोष होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. to create a good routine and stick to it. Early to bed, early to rise, recite your 12 to 19 times tables every morning, get out and play something for an hour every evening, to read good writings. It could mean any good thought provoking book that needs to be followed, that provide knowledge and wisdom. And to never forget to give thanks to God and the universe. That means full of gratitude. One should be full of gratitude. The third limb is asana. That means the real postures. This is what most people normally associate with the word yoga. The various postures that you practice during a yoga class. Essentially, though, this limb of yoga simply urges you to keep your body in the fine fettle through regular physical exercise. Number 4, or you could say the fourth one, is pranayam. And this has become very popular after many people endorsed it. Did you ever notice how often the breath is used to describe emotions? He breathed a sigh of relief. She gasped with fear. Her face was pale with anxiety. Her breathing shallow. The sight was breathtaking. Wow. He held his breath. What was going to happen now? So when we are calm, we breathe slow and deep. When we are stressed or angry or frightened, we breathe fast and shallow. Ashtanga Yoga believes that pranayam or breath control is the first step to controlling our emotions. Does it make sense? What? Okay, next one is Pratyahara. This practice teaches you to control your senses by withdrawing them into yourself. It is the senses that distract you constantly. The smell of good food, yum, 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 the theme song of your favorite TV show, the sight of your Xbox. So controlling the senses is the key. Next limb of yoga, dharana. Dharan. Now we are getting to the serious stuff. Dharan is about training the mind to focus intently on one specific object. Once you get good at this, you can proceed to where? Dhyana means how you can meditate. That's the core. So dhyana or meditation, during which you focus intently for longer and longer periods of time on the same object. All your thoughts are now around and around that object. So mind control is almost at hand, and wait, it will be perfected during the next step. And what is that? Final, number 8, Ashtanga Samadhi. During the practice of Samadhi, your focus on the object is so complete that you become the object. Do you get it? Don't get it? Never mind. Just try to master steps 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it can alone keep most people occupied for a dozen or so lifetimes. So I hope that makes sense. Thank you so much for listening. Please do share and subscribe. Thank you.